Because you're a robot, and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Husker Hoops just wrapped up as Williams turns the corner, 2 more into the line, a chance for 3, Bryce Williams. Hustle down to the block, post up, and go to work now on 93.7 The Ticket. And the offensive rebound, fair game, Bukunjel. The post-game post-up is sponsored by Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, and Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits. Here's a CJ, same spot, Sabres it. He is red hot. A CJ ahead half court. Ulis good if it goes, and it counts. Aaron Ulis with a half court 3 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Nebraska falls 89-72 to Penn State in State College. I'm just going to go straight to Twitter here. Diesel says, getting steamrolled by the worst team in the Big Ten was not on my bucket list this season. That is what just happened in State College. Penn State wins by 17. They led by as much as 26 when it was 70-44. It was the Nittany Lions from the jump. They put it in cruise control about halfway through the first half. They coast on to the finish line, a 17-point home win for the Nittany Lions over at Nebraska, who now falls to 17-10 overall and 7-9 in Big Ten play. I'm Austin Orman. Joining me momentarily is my partner, one of my two during On the Block, my postgame partner, Eric Strickland. Postgame always brought to you by Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, as well as Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. Make sure you go check out both of those fantastic local companies. E-Strick, that was bad, my brother. That was bad. No other way to say it. It was bad.
Yeah, man. There's no other way to say it. You're talking about, like you said, a team that's the worst. And we talked about it going out there. One, how they've struggled. Two, it was a need for them to pump and prime themselves because Penn State, they're fighting for their lives too. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody at that bottom tier has pride. Then you're looking at Penn State. You got my mind's drawn a blank real quick, but Penn State coach.
Mike Rhodes.
Mike, right? Mike Rhodes. He's never lost 7 games. So a lot of things that he's talked to his team about. They're on a 6-game losing streak. There's pride there too. They're at home. They're trying to, fight for their life. And you go in and give a half-hearted effort. Here's how you know why. You know why it's mental. You know it's mental because you turn the ball over 11 times and you finish with 16. Mm-hmm. And we talked about when you're a team that is fighting to get into the NCAA tournament, you got to remember they're watching. They're observing. They're looking. Yes, you have a resume, but they're also eye testing you how you finish this season. And you get drubbed. Not like you didn't even there was really no fight. You got drubbed. And they were dunking, making plays. They were, and that's where you know that their mind was not collectively in it. We talked about the consistency that you need to have out of Bryce. That didn't show up. You hope that you're not reading a whole bunch of mail and emails and text messages, or you're not reading a bunch of X tweets and all kinds of stuff, because they need you to show up, to be the main one to show up. And if you show up and then you get what you got out of a season, or you get what you got out of Juwan Gary, foul trouble, that means you're not moving your feet. You're not, you're reaching, you're being lazy. All of that stuff means something when you see it.
It absolutely does. I want to start with the turnover streak because I really think that is the story of the night. It's what set the tone early. You mentioned the 11 first half turnovers by Nebraska. You're going to go first to credit the opponent. Penn State plays that up-tempo pressure style. Nebraska had a few issues with it last year at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It kind of got the Nittany Lions back in the game, back within, I think, 8 at one point was the closest after Nebraska had built a double-digit lead. But today, Strick, Penn State scores on its first possession. Nebraska answers, and then it was really off to the races for the Nittany Lions with the turnovers, and they came in all form and fashion. Mostly it was Nebraska just being soft and loose with the ball as the primary ball handlers. Penn State ran that 1-2-2 press-ish, three-quarter court press, meant to slow a lot of teams up, except that Penn State, with the athletes it has, with the length it has, played it more aggressively, right? You beat a press by getting to the middle. Nebraska would try to do that, right? They'd dribble to one side or the other. They'd reverse course to try to get into the middle of the zone. But what Penn State did and does that is so different from a lot of these other presses, Strick, is that wing defender that got dribbled at the first time will trail the play, come behind it and get ready to poke it out from behind. Penn State got a few of those. When Nebraska broke the press, it wasn't with more than, 21, 22 seconds on the shot clock. So it took them a while. So then they're rushed getting into their half-court offense. And that's, again, where Penn State's length really disrupted Nebraska, is that they weren't always in triple threat position. Ball came up over their heads. If it was out in front, Penn State was getting a hand on it. And multiple times, Strick, Nebraska just felt like it had nowhere to go. So it picked up its dribble maybe a little bit too soon instead of stringing it out and keeping it alive. The guys that Nebraska needed to be good against pressure, Raleigh Wooster, kind of crumpled. Sam Hoiberg just didn't have the body to deal with it. Aaron Eulis wasn't great with it. And then Bryce Williams, Strick, again, didn't rise to the moment, didn't meet the challenge in taking care of the ball. Oh, and then when Nebraska actually did take care of it long enough to run some action, there was miscommunication. There were soft passes. There were long chest passes that Penn State would jump and steal. Guys would fake their back cut and V-cut back out when the passer thought they were going to keep going to the rim. It was an out-of-sync night for Nebraska offensively from the jump. On the one hand, credit Penn State for using their advantages and getting the most out of them. On the other hand, a really lackluster performance from Nebraska because, like you said, once Nebraska got used to the speed of the game, they settled in and they were fine. They shoot over 50%. Esijan, I thought, played pretty well. We'll get to him here in just a little bit. But the guys that Nebraska needed to set the tone and taking care of the ball, withstanding that early rush from Penn State, that didn't come anywhere close to happening tonight.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And shout out to Nebraska for getting 21 assists, didn't get killed on the boards. Okay, those things are fine and dandy. But again, it's what you do in the first half. We talked about it on the block today, where the price that you have to pay. That's the stuff you do first. Like you don't come out, you're not them. Let's just be honest. Like you can get complacent, start feeling yourself because you've had a couple of comeback wins against some marginal teams, shaky teams, right? Okay, that's good. But you're not them to think that you can just do that. Like, you've got to come out, especially on the road, do your work early. And that's what they haven't done. This is what can be the problem for them, either down this stretch or if they miss this opportunity to get into the NCAA tournament. It's things like this. It's games like this. You put way more pressure on yourself by not doing the work early. You're not a team that can just show up, overpower, over-athletic, overrun or do anything like that against any team. You've always got to play 40 minutes. You've got to play full, complete games. You can't just feel that you can be lackluster with the ball and start throwing it all over the place. You allowed a team that is another team that went and they've lost, that had over 5 people. They had 6 people in double figures. Shooting over 60%. And one area that you do well, and this is what can help you, but even they didn't have that, is to attack the rim and get to the free throw line. This team beat you at attacking the glass. That's an advantage for you. You that's one of the advantages. They shot 92%, but they shot more than you, and they were more aggressive. And so that shows me that there was a lack of aggression on all facets of the game, both on the defensive and the offensive side.
For that purpose strict too. I mean, 52 points allowed in the paint by Nebraska. I don't put necessarily a whole lot of stock into, because some of that was easy transition points, right? On live ball steals that Penn State was able to just go coast to coast and score on. Half court defense wasn't good by any sense of the imagination, but Penn State early on didn't exactly seize control of that game. They were doing kind of what Northwestern did. I mean, Penn State ends the game with 12 turnovers in the first half. I believe, it was 6 of them. So they went 6-6, but Penn State had a couple opportunities where it looked like it was going to let Nebraska back in the game, where Penn State wasn't necessarily playing clean. They were playing a little sloppy as well, but Nebraska couldn't hit the big shot. Nebraska would turn it right back over, and it led to what you see there. I mean, obviously the half-court defense wasn't great, and you allow 50 points in the first half, 89 on the game. Penn State had 70 points with like 12 minutes to go. Kind of a minor miracle that Nebraska held Penn State under 80. But then Strick gets the little stuff like scouting report, right? Penn State had 2 guys on the team that could shoot. Nebraska knew that going in. 2 guys make 3. It's the 2 guys who shoot the ball consistently for them. Baldwin's fallen off a little bit from shooting, but you let Hicks go 5 of 9 from 3, and then Dunn go 3 of 5 from 3. They had all 8 of Penn State's makes. What Penn State was able to do that when Nebraska struggles defensively, Nebraska is unable to do, is Penn State did a better job of forcing Nebraska's role guys to take shots, funneling the ball where they want it to go, not letting Nebraska's key playmakers get the ball until it was in the second half, and Penn State had the game pretty well in hand. What got Penn State off and rolling was everyone was eating, first of all, and then when Nebraska had a chance to dig its heels in, get a stop in the half court, it would lose the most important guys on the floor too often.
Well, on top of that, they worked inside out. That's what they did. They worked inside out. Not only that, they didn't just do a lot of standing around. In one situation, anytime a point guard or a guard of any sort drives at you, he's attacking your man to a certain position. That's an automatic back cut. Gavin Griffiths stands there. That's a turnover. Those are things you can't have. Like, if you're going to come into the game, you should be active-footed in all situations. Okay, that doesn't happen. That's okay. But what they did is they worked inside, and they had guys cutting hard to the rim, and they were finding them, and they were getting easy opportunities because guys were ball watching and sitting around just kind of flat-footed. Mr. Blitzkrieg said something as well on the offensive side. I've been saying this all along, especially when things get stagnant and especially when they figured you out. All of the dribble handoff stuff with certain teams, it just doesn't work. They're scouting for that. They're switching the last couple times. You pulled one out against Northwestern, but they were on you. And you've got to get back to sets, because we've seen that when they needed to run good sets or run variations off of the dribble, that's cool. If you're going to do that for a couple, kind of get them into a frame of mode, quick set. Quick set, that's something they haven't really seen, but it's some form of a variation off of the same look. That's what it's getting to that point now. If you continue to just run that straight dribble weave stuff, they were even there, which Nebraska didn't really do on any pick and roll stuff. They were there to block Mia from hard dives at the rim. Just enough to just get him to make a half a step slow so that he have to make a decision. Do I go up? Do I pass? What? They were just a little bit more effective tonight, and they just wanted it a little bit more, it looked like to me.
And that's one of the things that the Cubs girl on the text line said. That was number 3. Penn State wanted it more tonight. I do think, Strick, you raise a good point, too. Against an athletic, aggressive team that's going to try to shoot some of those gaps and break up the handoff instead of sit back and not really lazily switch everything, it's not going to work. So on the one hand, it was a good matchup for Penn State, the way they play against Nebraska. Still disappointing how the Huskers handle it. Let's go ahead and take our first break of the show right here. I know you guys have lots of thoughts. Send them in our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line 402-464-5685. More post-game coverage brought to you by Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, as well as Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits in just a moment.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at KoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Husker fans, Nebraska needs you in the vault for the last two women's basketball games on Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Their last two opponents, Oregon and Washington, have never played in Pinnacle Bank Arena before. Give these two new Big Ten members a warm Nebraska welcome and show them why Nebraska fans are the best in the nation. For a limited time, you can secure your spot at both games for just $10. This deal won't last long. Get your tickets before tip-off on Wednesday to cash in on this incredible offer. Go to Huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Welcome back into post-game coverage of Nebraska men's basketball, brought to you by Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, as well as Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. I'm Moss Norman. Joining me, as always, Eric Strickland, and we are taking your thoughts. 402-464-5600. 5685. Cubsker, appreciate you chiming in. Strick, I do want to jump off on this from Cubsker. Another game without Berke Boyuktengel for Nebraska. We knew that. He didn't make the trip. He didn't travel to Evanston. And since Nebraska stayed on the road, Berke Boyuktengel obviously did not take a special flight all the way out to Happy Valley. Nebraska is not certain they'll have him against Michigan on Monday. But Cubsker says this offense and defense has completely broken without Berke. I think we've seen still some decent stuff from Nebraska. We know what Berke can bring to the table in terms of his big body and energy on the boards for rebounding, decent perimeter post defender because he can move his feet and has the ability to stretch the floor a little bit. But where I really think Nebraska missed Berke Boyuktengel tonight, Strick, is in his ability to handle the ball for a big man, right? Where Nebraska could use Rink Mast to deal with pressure last year, Derek Walker 2 years ago. Berke Boyuktengel can fill that role for Nebraska when another team is being athletic, being aggressive on Nebraska's guards. Having a postman that's able to bring the ball up against a guy that's not as fleet of foot as him, that's not used to hanging out on the perimeter like Berke is, like Derek Walker was, and even like Rink Mast was last year. That, to me, is where Nebraska missed Berke Boyuktengel the most tonight, was just in taking some pressure off Nebraska's ball handlers.
Yeah, no doubt. And to be able to at least move any type of rim protection out a little bit, right? Can make plays and passes on any of that curl action over the top. He can do that. And then, like you said, he's crafty at finding little spots. I think he's probably the best at finding those dunk positions for drop-offs and stuff like that. So I think I'd have to agree with you and Cubsker on that.
87-89 on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. Nebraska gets absolutely nothing from the point guard position. Neither one of them are good ball handlers, passers, or scorers. I think more than anything tonight, Strick, it was a little bit mental because we've seen Raleigh Wooster handle pressure better. This should have been an Aaron Eulis style of game, right? If they're going to be up in his grill, he can get up in there. So he's fast enough, he's athletic enough to hang with it. Problem is, those guys didn't create much of anything for anyone else, which is a big problem. And even if they're not going to be scorers, if they're not going to put the ball in the basket that much, they have to do a better job of taking care of the ball and making sure that Nebraska's guys that do have the opportunity to go create one-on-one, or even just to start the set, start the motion, whatever it is. If Nebraska's point guards aren't going to score, they can't be actively giving possessions away like they were tonight.
I mean, that's something that I've always said. They've got to be effective in some way, whether it's tempo. We've seen that when they're able to break press and break people that are trying to be active in that manner, especially when Bryce isn't as active and then also in foul trouble, they've got to figure out a way to get downhill. That's where Nebraska's problem usually exists, and this is why I think sets are necessary. Because whenever you don't have Bryce in the game, dribble handoff does nothing because they don't guard your point guards. They don't guard your bigs. So you're talking about roughly 3 players potentially. And, Gary can be streaky. So they kind of monitor Gary, but more so they know he's going to be getting downhill, to which he did so tonight, but missed some opportunities there as well. I'm not going to even say that Gary was the issue tonight. They pretty much all collectively just didn't have the energy. I don't even know if I can say they didn't have the energy. They didn't, play with energy. So for me, you're talking about 2 to 3 players at any given time that are not effective. So you've got to figure out a way. Obviously, Morgan started to get rolling in the second half in the post. That's cool. But that's where he can be effective in getting there and hopefully finishing buckets and not necessarily getting to the free throw line on a consistent basis. But on the other side, they've got to be able to push tempo, break presses, and really find guys. But they don't have the ability to break defenses down when they're in need of a bucket or a good shot. And you heard the announcer say at one point in time, he said, it looks like everything with Penn State is easy.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a player that's in the top 10 for the Boston
Thinking of
Celtics. Bob
Baldwin and-
Cousy, the
Yeah.
Bob Cousy award,
Mhm.
right? And so, but he's a guy that can break down the defense and get you an easy look or an easy bucket.
Mhm.
Nebraska struggles there, and that's a trouble area for them. He said it looks easy for Penn State, and everything, even though that was, I think Worcester had made a very difficult finish at the rim. That was all night. Everything they were doing, a lot of it was pretty difficult in their finishes. And even when they did get easy looks, they didn't knock them down. Hence, on the other side, Penn State shooting over 60%. It isn't that they shoot like lights out. But they were getting good shots and they were finishing them. The ones that do shoot made them.
That's pretty much the story. Back on the text line, Too Rip to Quit says Nebraska looked like a bad high school team. And then Faisal says, if I was Fred, I would have just stayed on the court for the halftime show. What can you even tell this team at this point to motivate them? I'm going to tie those two together, Strick, because yes, Nebraska looked outmatched mentally. They looked like they weren't even close to matching Penn State's energy at all in the first half. But I can honestly explain away this one a little bit more than Northwestern. Obviously, the full result is worse because Nebraska ended up losing to Penn State as on the flip side, they come back and they beat Northwestern. But Strick, I wonder if there was some positive reinforcement for negative behavior in Nebraska's comeback win over Northwestern. That first half in Evanston was inexplicable, unexplainable basketball, if you can even call it. Right. Obviously, it didn't look much better against Penn State today, but at least today you could point to, yeah, Penn State's pressuring Nebraska. They're not handling it well. Against Northwestern in the first half, Nebraska just forgot how to play basketball. They looked like they were on a completely different planet, and credit to the team for locking in and staying engaged enough to complete the comeback and end up winning that game by 4. But Strick, we know that this Nebraska team has struggled to get up and get going on the road. We saw that here again tonight, and I wonder if there wasn't some part of Nebraska collectively, again, not to call out individuals, but if there's some part of Nebraska that maybe felt maybe too much relief from the win at Northwestern. Oh, yeah, I mean, Coach keeps telling us we need to get off to a fast start, but we just proved to him and ourselves that we don't have to, that we're good enough. We can come back against some of these teams. I think Nebraska tonight showed it either didn't learn any lessons from Northwestern or it learned the complete wrong lessons from its previous road game in Evanston just a few days ago.
In essence, we're saying the same thing, Austin, because I said to you, you can have a false sense of you're that. That's who you're that good. You're not. And so this team, I think, could have either one of those situations that worked on in that way. Fred Hoiberg shouldn't have to dang near break both of his fists and be in braces to get you guys motivated. It's really comes down to do you want to pay the price? Or what did Jay say earlier? He said, do you want to pay the price or do you want to the negative part of it is a
cost instead of paying the price.
There you go. Yeah. Or do you want to bear the cost? The cost is you go into the NIT when there's no way you with the way that your schedule is set right now, after what you've done, you've put yourself back in position, and then you just drop you're on Easter and you just drop the egg and just split it open. You just totally waste it. You've got them in your hands, you've got them in the basket. You just decide to turn the basket over and break every egg that's in there. So to me, it's we'll see. Let me just say that. We'll see. Because I tell you, Michigan's looking at them like Chaco the dog on Facebook. They say we going to get one. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get from a 3 seed to a 2. Like that's kind of the way they looking at it. They like this is an opportunity. They got a good resume. Let's go in there and get that one. You know. So there's a couple teams that are still looking at Nebraska like an opportunity. Minnesota saying, shoot, we trying to get in. The teams that they've got to play are teams that are looking for means to beat you. So you can't come in there smelling yourself and thinking that you could just walk into a gym and walk out with a win.
I think that's a great place to go to break. We'll have one more segment at the top of the hour. Rick from Wahoo leads us in that direction. Where does Nebraska men's basketball go from here after the embarrassing loss tonight? Well, hey, guess what? Still 4 more opportunities, 4 more games for Nebraska. What does Nebraska have to do with 3 of the 4 at home? Rick will answer that question to round out postgame in just a moment.
Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier dealership, stocking top brands such as Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycles, Sea-Doo, Manitou pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership and ring in the new year the right way on an Indian motorcycle. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft to ring in the new year at their new 27th and I-80 location.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Back one final time here on Postgame. Big shout out to Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, as well as Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits for helping us stay on the air, get on the air, all that good stuff. I'm Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, my partner on Postgame. Jackson Kleinschmidt running the board for us here at 1040 O Street. Rick from Wahoo, you sent in the question. This is where we're going to jump off here in the last few minutes that we have before we get you off and rolling on some more ticket weeknights. Rick from Wahoo's question: where does the Nebraska men's basketball team go from here after that embarrassing loss tonight? Stricky, this is something you and I talked about. We brought it up with Jay a little bit as well, is that this one really hurts Nebraska. It's not a good look. It's a borderline quad 1, quad 2 sort of game right now with Penn State in the mid-70s to the 80 range. Good news for Nebraska is they have two fantastic opportunities left, including on Monday when they get Big Ten leader Michigan in the vault at Pinnacle Bank Arena. That'll be Monday night. So as much as this one hurts, Stricky, Nebraska can't dwell on it. Nebraska can't sit on it. They got to get home, and they got a challenge in front of them on Monday.
Yeah, they got to get home, get their mind right, get back to work, practice. I'm telling you, Michigan is playing confidently. They're feeling good about themselves. They're also looking at this as an opportunity. I promise you, if you come in there and think that you're just going to walk into the gym and just start coasting, you're messing around and get blown out of the gym. So they better come with some energy out front and up front in this game. Otherwise, this could be a missed opportunity. I think it is a wonderful opportunity to definitely get a quad 1 win in your home. You got to continue to maintain your home as an advantage. But okay, let's just say that Michigan's just too strong. You've got to win the next 3. Sorry, not sorry.
And if you're only going to get 2, that probably means you ought to win 2 in Indianapolis in the Big Ten tournament.
You better. Otherwise, I think the committee's going to pass on you. I think they're going to look at somebody else and feel that there's another viable, or they might throw you into the play-in game and say, work your way in.
Mm-hmm. And I think that would be completely fair and completely deserved. A couple more things to get to here. 81-94, does Mia not have a post game? That really wasn't the issue for Nebraska tonight. Morgan probably has the best post bag. Boykingel's probably best on the perimeter. Mia has done some good things, Strick. We saw Nebraska get him a wide open dunk at one point. But other than that, he didn't make nearly the same impact tonight. Only that one made field goal, 2 rebounds, a foul, and a turnover for Mia in 18 minutes. So there's that. And then finally, Cupsker, how many of these remaining games are quad 1s for Nebraska? They'll need them to be close at the end. Ohio State on the road is probably going to be a quad 1 win, especially because it's on the road for Nebraska. Michigan will be a quad 1 win, even though it's at home. So that's 2 of your 4. I highly doubt that Minnesota and Iowa will sneak into that territory, especially since Nebraska has them at home. But Strick, at this point, I'm going to probably rephrase something you said a little bit, but just to reiterate how important it is, it seems to happen with this program every time it has a big game, it has a win, it gets on a winning streak. The fan base's eyes, and whether or not the players hear it, I don't know, but it seems like the focus of the team seems to waver from next game, next play mentality to, oh, we're good, we're coasting. I would tell Husker fans, yes, right now Nebraska's in the NCAA tournament. Yes, Nebraska has better than a 50% chance of making it. But right now, the most important thing for Nebraska, and I would still say for Nebraska fans, is not to focus on March. You still have a couple games in February. Then you still have 2 games in March before you get to the Big Ten tournament, let alone the NCAA tournament. So, yes, we need something to talk about. Yes, it's interesting as Nebraska is in search of back-to-back NCAA tournament berths for the first time since the mid-'90s. It's worth talking about. It's worth thinking about. But the problem, Strick, is that it seems that line of thinking too far ahead seems to come get Nebraska basketball all the time. Doesn't seem like that program has consistently been able to block out the outside noise, and it leads to performances like tonight.
Agreed. Not much to add to that, Austin. You said a mouthful, and that's on par and on point. So I concur wholeheartedly.
I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow during On the Block from 3 to 5 here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Eastrick, appreciate you hopping on. See you tomorrow, my friend.
Mañana. Thursday.
Thursday. That's right. Big thanks to Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical for their sponsorship of the show, as well as Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. You can go check them out on North 27th Street. Shaping up to be a little bit of a poor night for basketball in the Cornhusker State. The Nebraska women's team right now trails Oregon 55-46, about halfway through the third quarter. Logan Nisley's hit 4 threes for the Huskers. Alexis Markowski also has double-digit points. She is at 11, but it's the Ducks leading the Huskers 55-49 at PBA. Once again, 89-72, Penn State takes down Nebraska in State College. Huskers drop to 17-10 overall, 7-9 in Big Ten conference play. For Eastrick, for Jackson, I'm Austin. Thanks for listening to Postgame. Ticket Weeknights rolls on right after this.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying